Good morning. This month in February, we're doing a series on when to write. And today's writing tip is about actually prioritizing, how to make sure you prioritize your time writing. My name is Michelle Thompson. I'm a legal and academic coach. I worked as a lawyer and in academia for many, many years, and I've done a lot of writing in that time. So I am bringing you much of what I know every Friday at 10:30. I share this with you. So, do you have writing projects that seem dead to you? Do you keep trying to get somewhere with them and they go nowhere quickly? I think if you watch this video and other videos on my page, they will give you a hand with getting unstuck. So let's begin. Know that you're not alone. Sometimes you're not addressing the right problem with the right solution. And so that's why I do these videos, to help you with that very, very problem. So my tip this week is to set your priorities with writing. One, make sure that your writing is a priority. Two, make sure that it prioritizes your time. And number three, prioritize what you will write during that time. This month, like I said, we're taking on making the time to write. And the challenge isn't so much finding the time, but actually setting priorities about how to use it. Here's the thing, we all work with the same 24 hours. Time is a great equalizer. The rich don't get more time. The question is, how do we use that time? Is writing one of your priorities? We make time to do what is important to us, and sometimes we struggle with what is important to us. So this is an important first step. Take out your journal and spend some time thinking about what really matters to you. Be honest with yourself. If writing doesn't really matter, well, then you're finished and you can stop watching this video. But there's no need to prioritize it. However, if it is, you actually have to prioritize it. So that's tip number one. Second question I have is, what actually prioritizes your time now? So you have your priority, but is that reflected in the way you spend your time? Are the things that you want to spend time on what you're doing? If that is writing, how much time do you actually spend on it? Are there other things that are taking up that time? Don't just look at the stuff you schedule. Look at the mindless things you do. For example, many social media platforms, Facebook included, behave as a time suck. Does it do that for you? Do you need to set limits on how you use it? If writing is your priority and that shows in how you use your time, then you have to prioritize what you will do to use your time. This is the third tip when you sit down. Otherwise, you won't use it well. So I talk about small bites, right? The dissertation, the book is the larger priority, but really what you're looking for are the small bites. And it's not likely that the book or the dissertation is going to be finished today. So what is a part of this that you're working on? Are you developing an argument? Are you doing free thinking to get the thoughts going? Do you need to find a site? Be careful with this, because looking for sites is a black hole. When I sit down, I have a clear sense of what I'm doing when I sit down and write, even with the script on these writing tips, right? I know the topics in advance, so I can just sit down and do it without wasting time. Today, when I actually start the business of writing, I actually know that what I am doing is digging into an article and summarizing an argument about a particular ritual that Maroons used. Really, it's that clear. So I don't spend time turning my gears, trying to figure out, so what am I doing? Do I start here? Do I not? No. I know exactly what I'm doing. So you get my point. How do you prioritize your time so that you are writing? How do you prioritize what you're doing when you sit down to write? I want to know. Write your comments below. If you have any questions, send me a note. If you like what you see here, please like my page and sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to add my link for that. I will be swift, be sharp. So long. Have a great weekend. Bye.